Good day, you good cracking humans. This is Lyle Phillips of Over the Top Blues. You're watching the Cycling Maven channel from right here in Vancouver, British Columbia. Woo!
Good morning, you good humans. It is, what day is it? Oh man, losing track. Thursday. It's Thursday morning. Mate, where is my life headed? Time flies so quickly. Anyway, this morning I'm dropping Hannah at work, and then I've got to go in to get a DEXA scan as a part of a trial. So Alan McCubbin, who was the dietitian who sat in my living room, he's doing a trial with some sports people, and it's a like 4 or 5 hour thing that we've got to go and do a DEXA scan and a few other tests. So we're going to go do that. I'm going to take the vlogging camera and we're going to sort of mess around all day, and I'll show you what we're doing. Should we shut them now? We should shut them now, shouldn't we? Yeah?
Can you buy me one?
Yeah.
Do I need to take this? I'll see you later, see you tonight.
See you tonight. Bye-bye. I'm taking part in a trial today with Alan McCubbin, who is the dietitian that came around my house recently. And we're doing a DEXA scan and a few other tests. I'm here for quite a few hours while we do a little bit of a testing thing with several other people. So it's part of a full trial that they're doing. But we're going to go in and see him now. I'm going to have to wear one of these.
Yeah.
Oh,
For about 10 minutes. Just grab a seat. This is Ryan.
Hey Ryan, how are you, mate?
Going through
That's things, Mark.
So basically what we're going to do is a saliva sample, and it's what we call a passive saliva sample. So we don't want you stimulating or trying to hock up saliva or anything like that. It's just literally sitting there, and whatever normally flows in your mouth flows out. So this is a bioelectrical impedance analysis machine. So basically this sends electric current through the body and uses a bunch of mathematics that's well beyond me to estimate body fat, total body water, so various measures of hydration, and body composition, so fat-free mass and fat mass. And so the purpose of this study today is to actually validate this machine against other more established methods for both the hydration markers and the body composition side of things.
Because they reckon DEXA is the most accurate way of measuring.
Probably as a single measure, yeah. I mean, there is more accurate in terms of laboratory stuff that you can do, but it's incredibly complicated and not something you would do on a practical level outside of research. So there are a few private DEXA places around that will scan people, so athletes can go and get their body composition looked at. And so we're going to compare this to DEXA in terms of, is this accurate in body composition for athletes? Because it's been validated before in the general population, but not specifically in endurance athletes. So that's what we're doing. So we've got cyclists, runners, triathletes coming through on this machine, on the DEXA, and then a measurement of total body water, which is where the saliva and the urine samples came into play. Yeah. A heel on the other one. And on the sides here, there's these little hand things. Doesn't matter, you can pick, there's 3 of them. Doesn't matter which one, but the divider goes between here.
I'm definitely getting shorter with old age. I thought I was 176 and I'm 170 what? 173.
73 and a half,
I'm devastated. I've lost 2 centimetres somewhere.
Still, so that's all there is to it. So you're right to get up. Cool.
So I haven't eaten or I haven't had anything to drink at all this morning. What have we got here, Alan?
Yep. So we've got what's called deuterium. So basically it's water, often known as heavy water. So essentially it's water where the hydrogen component is a different isotope of hydrogen to the one that's the majority of the water in nature. So
$1,000 a litre?
Yep.
Holy shit, did you guys have to pay for this?
Well, the uni does,
I better sip it, I better enjoy it. So that was about $200 what I swallowed right then.
There's only about 3 or 4 grams of deuterium in what you just drank.
Was it?
It has been used in some cycling studies before.
Yeah.
There was a tour in New Zealand a few years ago, 6-day tour, where they actually dosed some of the cyclists with doubly labelled water and measured energy expenditure over the race.
Yeah, really?
So it can be done, yeah.
Okay.
So you can see we've got an image here of your whole body. So that's you as you were scanned.
Big unit.
Yep. So your bone density here, BMD is your total bone mineral density. And then the T-score and the Z-score compare you to other people. So a T-score basically compares you to a young adult that's kind of at their peak bone density in life.
Yeah.
And basically, if you know anything about statistics, you'll be aware of standard deviations.
Yeah.
Basically, positive means you're above average, negative you're below average.
Yeah.
And if you're 2 standard deviations above average, then you're in the top 5%. In the positive direction.
Okay.
In your case, your T-score was 2.8, so you're actually in the top, 3 or 4% sort of thing in terms of total body bone density.
Okay. Is that a good...
That's a very good thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Yep. Means you've got strong bones or big bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you can see here that bone density declines with age. It normally peaks in sort of your late 20s, early 30s, around there, and then slowly goes down from there, generally for the rest of your life.
Right.
So the Z-score actually compares you to other people your age, whereas the T-score compares you to people, sort of young people at that sort of peak of their bone density.
Yeah, right. So I'm in the top 3%, including all young people.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So you've got good bones.
Wow.
So what you're probably more interested in is the total result in terms of lean mass, bone mass, fat mass, and then the percentage body fat from that. So that's your total line here. So essentially your total weight calculated by the DEXA, which is a little bit different to what we physically weigh you at, was 83.7. Of that, your bones are about 3.5 kilos of that weight. So people talk about big bones. It's a pretty small part of the overall weight of our body.
That is so interesting. So you're telling me that my whole bone structure weighs 3.5 kilos?
Yep.
That can't be real.
Out of the 83 and a bit, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yep.
I'm absolutely flabbergasted at that.
Which makes you appreciate how strong it is, that it supports you for all the things that you do with it.
Is that real?
Yep.
Is that 100%?
Yep.
I can't get over that.
And the lean mass was about 60.2, and that gives you a percentage body fat of 23.9 on your DEXA.
Now be straight up with me, that's a lot, isn't it?
Well, it depends compared to what, really.
Yeah.
Like if you think about cyclists, if you start at sort of the leanest end and work backwards, you often hear figures thrown around in terms of, Froome or Richie Porte was, 4.5% of the Tour de France. I don't know where those figures come from, and I'm not sure how accurate they are, to be honest. Depending on what test was used, they may or may not be accurate. That seems very lean even for a Froome or a Porte to me. I'd suspect it would probably be a little bit higher than that. When I've worked with clients, mostly sort of NRS level in Australia, even sort of elite level climbers in the NRS would be somewhere between probably 6.5% and 8% body fat, from what I've seen. And then guys that are more sort of sprinters or opportunists, or something that are maybe not quite as focused or are just not the genetically super lean guys, might be more between sort of 7.5% and 10%, something around there. But there will be NRS riders that are a little bit higher than that. So that's males, so I should say. With females, it's probably more between maybe about 13% is at the super lean end, through to 15-20% is kind of more what you would expect.
Okay. All right, buddy. Cool. Thanks again, Alan. Appreciate that. That was good.
Yeah, no problem.
See you next time.
All right, see ya.
All right, because I'm flying out for Noosa tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to wash this bike quickly because it's absolutely filthy. See ya. about maybe 10 minutes between me buying the degreaser and riding out of that car wash. It took me probably just over 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes. So it's by far the quickest way to give your bike a quick clean. And the reason I'm in a rush is I need to pack that bike up in a bike box, and I've got to take the Bianchi out tonight for the Burbs ride, so that's in about 45 minutes, so I've got to get dressed and go now. All right, legends, I'm heading over to the Burbs ride. It's the Thursday night ride here in Melbourne. And guess what? Guess what? I am running epically late. Dave, first time you've done the Burbs, mate?
It sure is.
You in the herd house?
Yeah, baptism of fire.
Well, you're with me at least, mate. You're my wingman.
Very true, we have one more as well.
And we have one more wingman out the back. Yeah, so us three were sort of tailing off the back, but that's all right. We'll get there. We'll get there. Not quite last. I think there's one more behind us. How you travelling for fitness at the moment?
Hanging on to this. So, yeah.
You look as though you're going pretty strong to me.
Thank you. Just trying to emulate your aero style down those hills.
Well, I got the weight, mate, to get me down. So. Oh, well, that was a solid ride tonight, absolutely solid. I shouldn't have had that falafel wrap that I had beforehand, but whatever. So I'm here with young Richard.
Hey.
He's just started racing, what, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, 4 weeks ago.
And you got second in D grade.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Keep it up, push on. He's only 16, so he's got the rest of his life ahead of him. And if I can still ride at 42, bro, you can too. Great to meet you, Richard.
I'll see you around.
I'll see you on the bike sometime, mate. Oi, sick outfit. What do you reckon of my outfit? In fact, I like your outfit better.
Yeah?
Yeah. Can I get one of those?